Escaping to the country is a journey that can be full of surprises.
I'm shocked we're going down this route.
Listen, you asked me to be involved and you asked me to be involved, and this is the route we're starting with.
Our escapees can be shaken to their core.
Who are you, Mo?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? Who am I?
Gosh, I wasn't ready for an existential crisis.
As they re-evaluate what it is they want.
It's supplying all of what we think you're looking for, but that goalpost has moved somewhat.
Well, it has.
But we will ride the waves together in pursuit of that perfect new home.
You've cracked
Yeah,
it.
let's hope it
Let's
delivers.
hope it does it
indoors.
inside, otherwise I'm
Gotta
going to be
go
stuck
indoors.
in the voices.
The counties of Berkshire and Hampshire. Home to pastoral scenes like this one. And whimsical-sounding place names such as Tuts Clump, Honeybottom and Cheesefoot Head. To my left is Hampshire and to my right, Berkshire, and joining much of the two is where I'm walking now, the North Wessex Downs. And from up here, I have a very fine view of both of these gorgeous counties. We're in the heart of southern England today, exploring the Berkshire-Hampshire border. The Berkshire village of Bucklebury, the childhood home of Catherine, Princess of Wales, sits in the North Wessex Downs and is full of characterful residences. Whitchurch, Hampshire's smallest town, sits on the banks of the River Test, on the most southerly edge of the Downs. Author Richard Adams lived here and set his children's classic Watership Down in the surrounding countryside. Today, homebuyers are drawn to the town's busy social calendar, good schools, and the commute to London in under an hour. These neighbouring counties are brimming with enchantment and excitement for a 21st century escape. Location is important in any move. The perfect house might not be the one if it's not where you want to be. A sentiment all too familiar for today's buyer.
My sister has the majority of her family living quite close by to her, and I just want to be around and be close to the people that mean a lot to me.
Meet Mo and her older sister Sandra.
She's very bossy. I'm really not. She thinks I am, but I'm really not.
Mo's current home is this detached four-bed new build, which she shares with her two dogs, Finn and Teddy, just outside the town of Birchington on the North Kent coast. It's a long way from Sandra, who lives near the Berkshire town of Thatcham.
We've always been very close, and it would be really lovely to be able to just go out for a cup of coffee rather than having to drive 3 hours for us to see each other.
For golf enthusiast Mo, this move is all about embracing a new challenge.
I also want to make new friends and, join a golf club, be with like-minded people, and have a great deal of fun out in the sun, out in the country.
Mo's after a property that feels modern and bright. It must have at least 2 bedrooms, a manageable garden, and be within walking distance of a village community. Ideally, she'd spend no more than £500,000, but could, for the right home, go up to £600,000.
Well, Mo and Sandra look like a lot of fun, don't they? If nothing else, there'll be lots of laughs this week. Mo isn't wanting to slow down her life. I think that's really clear. What she's up for is more adventures, new challenges for a sort of new life. So it should be a good week.
Before we get this search underway, I'm meeting Mo and Sandra for a chat. Normally I like to welcome people to a county, but I think in this case Sandra's welcoming us both, isn't she, to Berkshire?
Absolutely, and I do.
Are you pleased to have us?
Definitely. I'm pleased to show off my home space.
Are you ready for Mo to be
Now
on
that's
your
another
doorstep?
question altogether. We'll come back in a year, shall we?
At my age now, I've been retired for a few years, and I want a new challenge, definitely.
So you thought moving near your sister was
would
the
be-
challenge?
Yeah, and yeah, just a new challenge, you know, and to meet new people, definitely.
And you've brought Sandra along for the house hunt.
Yes.
What would you like her to add to the party?
Well, she's my leveller. She's my stability. Without a shadow of a doubt. She brings that. I'm very emotional, and I deal with things there and then, make split-second decisions that
She does.
sometimes I might think, oh dear, why did I do that?
But with house hunting, that's not a bad thing, actually, to just go straight with your gut.
As soon as I walk in, I know whether that house is for me or not. So I would imagine that's going to be similar, you know, with the houses that we're going to view.
Let's see what I can do. You ready to house hunt?
We're
Yes,
ready.
most
Oh, we're
definitely.
ready.
Let's go house hunt.
Okay.
Our search begins in the Hampshire village of Overton, on the southern edge of the North Wessex Downs. The busy village high street is where Jane Austen used to buy her stockings. Today, local businesses offer stockings and everything else Mo could need, including an Indian restaurant, a couple of pubs, a community centre, a chemist, and veterinary practice. Plus, there's a very conveniently located golf club on the village outskirts. Well, here we are at the first house in between those two.
Right.
Quite bijou.
I've gone for curb appeal with this one because it's a cute-looking cottage in the middle of a very popular village.
Yes, it looks lovely, I must say, having just driven through it.
The house itself, it dates back to the mid-1700s, but there have been additions as well since. Mo, I know you're used to a newer property. What do you think of a house that's, well, very, very old?
Yes, it is quite old, isn't it? And I'm open to anything. As soon as I walk through the door, then that is really where my decision gets made.
It's not going to be a long house tour, is it, if you'll know as soon as we walk through that door? Let's get it done.
OK.
The vendor tells me that the village has a pair of wild peacocks, Pierre and Percy, who are regularly spotting carousing around Overton and occasionally pop up in people's back gardens. You ready?
Yes, please. Most definitely. Wow. Yeah. I never thought that I would actually view something like this and be wowed out, and I'm wowed out.
This much character
I know.
is not where we were heading.
No,
Originally.
it wasn't, but wow, how fantastic. It's done beautifully. Whilst actually it's against my better judgment with coming straight into the house.
Would you have preferred to see a hallway?
Yeah, I don't like, when you've got two dogs, you cannot come straight into a house. But looking round, it's got so much character. I didn't think I'd ever go, you know, anywhere near a place with beams. But
Why?
I really like this. I think because actually, and this is a prime example of it, it brings the ceiling down. And I'm used to very, you know, tall, bright, airy places.
Square edges.
Yeah, square edges. This hasn't got a square edge. I can't see a square edge at all. But I really love it.
It is comfortable and it is cosy,
Yeah.
certainly. And I wanted something for you that wraps itself round you because I find your house at the moment a
Yes.
show home.
Yeah.
And that doesn't wrap itself round you.
No.
So this...
It's a hug home.
It's a hug home,
It really
definitely.
is, yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
But I'm shocked we're going down this route.
Listen, you asked me to be involved and you asked me to be involved, and this is the route we're starting with. The Victorian extension houses the dining room, which opens onto a kitchen that was extended 4 years ago.
Lots of cupboard space as well, which is good, because whilst I don't cook,
You've got an awful
I've got an awful lot of stuff. But, I mean, you can quite easily fit a big table in here. You know, how many people do we need to fit in for Christmas?
Well, we're looking at 14.
It's one day, people. Don't base your whole life on one day.
I know, but I actually think... Hang on a minute. I actually think that this could fit 14 plus.
yeah.
I really do.
It is one day, which is what occurred to me, even if we made it half a dozen days. This is for you.
Yes.
And this is perfect size for you.
At the end of the kitchen, there's a useful wet room with a loo and wash basin. The main family bathroom is up on the first floor and serves this double bedroom, which looks over the rear of the property, and this larger bedroom with an outlook to the front.
It's quite a nice size, and we've got the fireplace there.
Room to walk around your bed.
Yeah.
But right for you, Mo?
The upstairs is not quite as jubilant from my point of view as I was for the downstairs. I think primarily because I'm looking out there and seeing the cars go by.
Well, there is one other option up on the second floor in the converted loft.
A very narrow staircase.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm not sure how you get all your stuff up here, actually.
You've got plenty of stuff as well.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's just a dressing room space as opposed to a
Yeah,
bedroom
it could
space.
be, like
That
I
might
have
be.
at home anyway, but I don't think this would be a functional space for me. It's full of character.
There's one more useful space Mo and Sandra should take a look at. The cellar.
Oh, this is interesting. It's nice and cool, isn't it?
Nice cool space down here. Ideal workspace, of course.
Well, ideal wine storage. It's nice brickwork, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know what I would specifically use this for, to be honest.
Outside, the landscaped rear garden features a paved patio, a patch of lawn, and a gravelled area for socialising.
I love this garden, though, as well. Yeah, it's just really, really lovely how they've done it. This would be a perfect garden for me.
Shall we chat about the price?
I'm going to go somewhere mid-budget, £540,000.
Really? That much? Because I'm thinking it's probably late 400s. I'm thinking
That's quite a
probably...
difference.
Yeah, I'm probably thinking £490,000.
Okay. Your gut serves you well so far. It's on the market for £475,000.
Wow!
Wow. Wow.
Golly, yes.
That's a surprise, I must say.
This Georgian terraced cottage has a sitting room, dining room, and a contemporary country kitchen with 2 bathrooms, 3 bedrooms, and a thoughtfully landscaped rear garden. It's on the market with a guide price of £475,000.
I was really surprised about her reaction when we came through the door because her life is full of straight lines. She's very sleek, she's very clean, she's very neat. Everything in here, there's not a straight line to be found, but it's warm and inviting.
I'm really, really pleased, actually, that we've looked at this house because it opens up my vision of what it is I do want. I've always known that I'll walk through a front door and I'll either like it or not. When I walked through this front door, I loved it. The problem for me is when we went further. You know, you can't change the upstairs particularly. There's not enough space or area to do that. And you probably can't change the fact that I'd have to bring the dogs through the house to wash them off in the winter. So I can't really do and change the things that need to be changed.
The market town of Newbury in Berkshire. It's well known to Sandra, who lives just a few miles away.
So we can do some walks along the canal. It's only 3 miles along, straight through from Thatcham.
Yeah.
Have a coffee.
It's going to be so exciting.
It will be, yeah, it'll be great fun.
The Kennet and Avon Canal runs through the centre of Newbury and brings a spot of serenity to this vibrant town, which is also home to a world-famous racecourse, a twice-weekly market and a cool foodie and art scene.
Newbury is a beautiful little market town. It's very historic. I think our real USP here is, of course, the canal. And we have a really strong outdoor culture and art scene here, which is very lively.
We have had in the past a Domino's run, which has gone right throughout the Newbury town centre, made out of concrete breeze blocks. We've had large-scale puppets that parade through the town with performances. We've had grime music and African dance.
Last year, a popular lifestyle blog voted it the best place to live in Berkshire.
I think for me personally, there's a range of independent shops and cafes and restaurants here in Newbury that the local people really love to engage with. And there's just always lots of stuff happening.
Newbury also has great road and rail links, with the M4 and A34 just a 10-minute drive away, and boasting 2 railway stations. The cities of Bristol, Reading, Oxford and London are easily accessible. On the edge of town sits what could become Mo's favourite new haunt. The Newbury and Crookham Golf Club is one of the oldest clubs in the country, and ladies captain Alison Blackmore has kindly agreed to tell Mo all about it.
What's the lady membership like here?
We've got 60 lady members. We have a buddy system here in the ladies section.
Right.
So when you join, we'll give you a buddy and hopefully they'll help to integrate you into the section and make sure you don't miss out on anything. About 30 to 40 play in our Tuesday competitions. That's generally when we play. And then we have an alternate down at the weekend for the working ladies. So
Yeah.
lots of old cups here to play for, and we have some fun competitions as well. So it's good fun. So Mo, we're here on the 1st. So would you like to have a bash?
Oh, absolutely.
Try the course?
Yes, it looks magnificent. I'm hoping I can stay out of those bunkers there. That'd be good.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will.
Unfortunately for Mo, there isn't time for a full round today. We've got to see if we can nail a hole-in-one with the next property we've lined up to show her. We're making our way to the peaceful Hampshire hamlet of West Heath, 6 miles north of Basingstoke. Residents head to the neighbouring village of Charter Alley, a 5-minute drive away, to make use of its village store with cafe, garage and pub. Tucked down a no-through lane in a quiet spot in West Heath is the next property we found for Mo and Sandra to consider.
Yes, it's detached.
Yeah, like it. Nice curb appeal. Could be good.
we're happy
Could
with
be
this one.
good.
This is more like it, is it?
I think so.
Thinking about the dogs too. Look,
Side
access.
entrance.
That's their gate.
I like the fact that we've got that nice porch area, which is wooden. That's lovely.
I like the symmetry as well.
The symmetry of the two sides. It's got that space at the front, hasn't it, as well?
Should we head in?
Yes. Oh, I think we're ready for this.
I'm glad to hear it. Constructed in 2007 by a local builder, this property is similar in style to Mo's new build home in Kent.
Come in, come in. That's a whole lot of silence, Maureen.
It's not you.
No, from the outside, very promising. Walking in,
Hang on. What is not you?
well, do you know, it's really weird because having gone into that last house and been wowed by that downstairs, this is nice, it's functional.
There's all those things.
Square lines.
Yeah, I
Square
know.
lines, neat and tidy.
Neat and tidy.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is all those things which would work for you.
It's really, you know, walking in and getting that wow factor.
Feeling. Is it about feeling?
Yeah, I think so, yeah, walking in and knowing.
It's about, again, the feel, going
Yeah.
back to who you are,
Yeah.
actually.
Who are you, Mo?
Well, this is the problem, isn't it? Who am I?
Gosh, I wasn't ready for an existential crisis. But here we are. Let's try and find a hug for you in the other room. I wonder if there is a hug in here or not. Would your furniture fit here?
No. No, sadly, my furniture
But we've
is
got to get
massive.
rid of her furniture.
big
They're
is your
so
furniture?
It's
uncomfortable.
massive.
Right.
They're not uncomfortable.
This is uncomfortable.
I think you've given me that vision now of what I actually like and what fills me with a great deal of joy and happiness. And this doesn't actually.
This is a real heart and head. It's supplying most, if not all, of what we think you're looking for. But that goalpost has moved somewhat.
Well, it has.
I'm giving Mo and Sandra some time to collect their thoughts and leaving them to explore the rest of this very lovely house on their own.
Well, well, well. See what happens. You give someone everything they ask for. What do they say? Don't like it.
OK, I'm being glib, but only because I know Mo can take it. Upstairs, the bedrooms are served by this contemporary family bathroom.
Well, this is a nice spacious one.
Oh, I like
Size
this.
of the bath.
Yeah, it's really nice. Separate shower,
Separate shower now.
large bath. Yeah, this is my sort of bathroom.
Yeah.
There's a double bedroom with a view over the back garden, a smaller bedroom at the front, and next door to that, the third and final bedroom.
It's a good size. You've got room for
Yeah,
the chest there.
yeah, definitely.
Built-in wardrobes.
It needs to be bigger for me, I think. It's quite a bit smaller than mine, isn't it?
Don't mind me, I'm just in my rocking chair, eavesdropping. I've now brought Mo and Sandra to a house with pretty much everything, if not absolutely everything, on the list. And we're not really seeing any jumping for joy.
No, that's okay.
With a house, it's got to feel like the right one when you step in, and it can have everything on your list, but if it doesn't feel like the right one, it's not the one.
I'm still interested to know how they'd price this property, however. So in the sunny, well-maintained rear garden, we'll fill in the final piece of the puzzle.
Shall we talk money?
Yes.
Are you going to go first this time?
I think so. £499,000, I think.
That was quite a gasp.
Yeah, I think that's on the low side again. Hedge my bets at £520,000.
It's actually on the market for £600,000.
Wow.
Your whole budget would go on this.
Wow.
This modern detached house has a kitchen breakfast room, a lounge and a separate dining room. Upstairs, 3 bedrooms are served by a sleek contemporary bathroom, and there's a secure garden at the rear. With a guide price of £600,000 for many, this exemplifies an ideal family home, but it's just not touching Mo's heart.
It actually makes me realise that perhaps what I thought I wanted, potentially I don't. So, yeah, it's really opened my eyes up to stuff. Actually, I probably now, stuff that I discounted looking at, I would actually probably look at everything and then, you know, don't discount anything, just go and have a look, because what do you lose by doing that?
Exactly, and it's really important to know where you don't feel good, just as important as where you do feel good. Do you want to have another look around, or shall we slip out of the side entrance?
I think we'll slip out of the side entrance.
An elegant exit,
Absolutely.
and then it's family time.
It is, yes.
Prepare yourself.
Gosh, yes, there's more of you to come.
Quite a few more, as it happens, and we're meeting some of them at a nearby pub. There's Mo's nephew, David, her 2 nieces, Ellen and Lucy, her great-nephew, Archie.
High five! Oh, good one, good one, good one. Hello, Doster.
Great-niece, Dottie, and newest arrival, great-niece, Primrose, who's just 4 weeks old.
What was your reaction when Mo said that she was going to be moving closer?
Oh, well, I mean, it's only recently she hasn't been near us, and we've
Yeah.
all noticed the difference, I think, so it'll be good to have her back.
Definitely. Thank you, Ellie.
That's okay.
I haven't been to
Nice.
your house in a long, long time.
No.
No, we haven't
it's
seen
far
your
away.
wardrobe.
My wardrobe.
I hear it's big.
How did it go today?
It was surprising, I think.
I think that's the key word.
Yeah, we both found it very surprising. But the first house, walked in, absolutely stunning.
What would you say Auntie Momo likes in a house?
Clean lines, clean, modern, anything like that, sparkling and new.
It was built in the mid-1700s.
What? The complete opposite.
Absolutely.
Beamy.
It was beams.
That's not like you.
I know.
She's changed.
Yeah.
I've changed over the course of this
24 hours.
12 hours.
2
I've-
hours with me.
I've grown up.
You became practical upstairs.
I did become practical upstairs. I frightened myself.
You were bearing the headline. Then I gave her the house that had everything she needed.
Yeah.
And what happened there?
No, I didn't like that either.
So I haven't had much luck today, although I think you've learnt a lot.
Yeah.
I still have the mystery house to come. But if that doesn't work out, she's moving in with one of you. All right, Dottie, Momo's moving in with you.
Yeah.
Hey, it turns out I have found it. Cheers! Cheers!
If the stunning scenery of the North Wessex Downs has spurred you to consider a move here, then let us give you the lowdown on property prices. The average cost of a detached home in the UK is currently just shy of £450,000. In West Berkshire, the same property is a whopping £238,000 more. But you'll find your pennies stretch a little further in Hampshire, where the average price is just over £643,000. So let's take a peek at this selection of homes that are also on the market right now. This charming terraced cottage has a characterful sitting room, 2 bedrooms and a lovely garden, on the market for £325,000. Or how about this 2-bed detached thatched cottage that boasts a living room, a country kitchen complete with range and a separate dining room. Outside, as well as a large terrace, there's a substantial tiered garden. It's on the market with a guide price of £615,000. If you want to try before you buy, then this 2-bed terraced cottage sits on an island in the middle of the Kennet and Avon Canal, which means you're blessed with waterside views from both sides of the property. It's available to rent for £1,400 per calendar month. I think it's fair to say there's a lot riding on today. I didn't exactly get the hole-in-one yesterday, but Mo did learn a lot about herself, her priorities, her taste, so much so that both her and Sandra were in shock. She wants that wow factor when she walks into a house, that feeling. And I do think some of that is going to come with character. So let's see what we can do. Cue the mystery house. We're hopping over the border into the Berkshire village of Boxford, 6 miles northwest of Newbury. Home to just under 500 people, the village hall has a sports field, tennis courts and a children's playground. Plus, there's a small parish church and a pub that's currently being refurbished. Our mystery house, this end of terrace cottage, is found on the village outskirts. I cannot wait to see Mo's reaction when she walks in here. As soon as you come into the house, it has all the character that she's looking for, and I'm hoping she'll be wowed by that. But it's also fresh. Dating back to the 1850s, it had stood derelict for 25 years until the vendors undertook a 2-year renovation project. All the charm of the original cottage was restored and blended with contemporary design, with this spectacular kitchen diner the property's crowning glory. I gasped when I first came in here, and that is the reaction that I'm looking for from Mo and Sandra. Look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? Almost feels like it's a different house, but I think that's what Mo needs. She needs that warm hug and then this freshness. And then she'll have it all. And I am a firm believer in having it all. You made it.
Yes.
Welcome to the mystery house.
Oh, wow.
We like that one very
Oh, my God, look at the
nice.
front garden.
It's got stripes on the lawn.
Oh,
Rose.
this.
Stripes on the lawn. We like
Thatch, this is me. I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Got any tears?
Are you getting teary-eyed?
I think I am a little bit. I swore blind I would never do this.
If she cries, I have to.
Oh, shut up! You've cracked it.
It's got the vibe.
Sonali, you've cracked
Yeah.
it.
Let's hope it
Let's hope it does it inside. Otherwise, I'm going to be so disappointed. Goodness me. Yeah, I'm so excited to go in, I can't tell you.
Then let's not wait a moment longer. We're starting in the oldest part of this Grade 2 listed Victorian home.
Oh, yes.
Oh, open fire. This is so cosy, so inviting, so welcoming. Do you know the front door comes into the lounge? We've got the side access though, so that defeats the issue
the dog
of the dogs. Yeah, exactly.
It's a modern hug, isn't it, this one?
Yeah.
Modern hug with a twist.
Yeah.
It's almost a mix of the first two.
It is very much so.
Yeah, it is.
Because you are getting the clean lines,
Yeah.
the freshness, it's bright.
Yeah.
But you've got the beams.
The beams as well.
And we've got Mum's favourite flowers. Don't start. Lilies. So.
A sign, maybe. Oh. The fireplace adds that coziness, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's done us. Yeah. It's put a big smile on my face.
Aww.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This house has been finished to a very high standard, and nowhere is that more evident than in the show-stopping kitchen.
Hey.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Oh,
This
yes.
is absolutely
This is a piece of you.
gorgeous. There's no mystery. This is no
Definitely.
mystery. This is
No,
me.
this is you walking into your place, isn't it, actually?
If I'd chosen to put a kitchen in myself, this would be it.
And
Oh, I hadn't even looked here. Look.
the
How
dining.
many people can fit in here?
We can do dining at Christmas.
can do Christmas.
It's on. Back at Auntie Momo's house.
They haven't even seen the bedrooms yet. Off an internal hallway is the family bathroom with a single bedroom next door. Opposite, there's a spacious double.
Ah, the bedroom downstairs. Oh, this is a nice double aspect.
Double aspect.
And look at this area for when you're entertaining and you've got your patio doors out onto it.
Absolutely.
2 sets there.
Yeah.
Open onto this area.
Overspill into the outside here.
Absolutely. Just made for me.
Yeah.
Even better, it has something else that Mo was after.
Hoping for a lovely ensuite.
Yes, yes.
It does. It does again.
The third and final bedroom, another roomy double, is up on the first floor. Tucked in the eaves is a cloakroom with a pair of sinks and a loo which leads to a dressing room.
This is an excellent guest space as well.
Oh, it
Absolutely
is.
stunning.
It is. They'd be flocking here, wouldn't they?
They would love it.
Absolutely.
It's amazing. An amazing space.
Thatched roofs can prove divisive amongst home buyers, although Mo seems completely unperturbed by this one. However, to get the lowdown on the practicalities of living with a thatched roof, I'm meeting Carol, who lives nearby. She bought this thatch cottage 5 years ago after 30 years of apartment living in London.
I didn't know I was going to buy a thatched cottage. I literally was shown one and that was it. The most important thing is to thatch the roof every 20 to 30 years so you don't get leaks. So if you're buying a thatched cottage, you want to know how old is the thatch, when will it need to be redone, because that costs between £20,000 and £30,000. And the other thing is insurance companies. They will want you to sweep your chimney twice a year and they will come out and do an inspection and check your fire alarms and your fire extinguishers and check the flue lining in the chimney. And again, the flue lining needs to be replaced. That's another £10,000 every 10 years. So you've got to be aware of the fact it's going to cost money.
You need to price that in when you're buying a property.
Absolutely.
But worth it, as you say.
Definitely worth it. Love it.
Back at our thatched cottage, I'm reconvening with Mo and Sandra in the fully stocked rear garden.
It's so immaculate. This has all that I need and all that I want, more to the point.
Shall we talk about the price?
I think so.
Sandra's so nervous for
I am
you.
nervous on her behalf. I really am.
I'm kind of looking on very favourably about £550,000.
Okay.
I'm going to go higher than that. Let's go 580, I think.
580,000.
£580,000.
It's on the market for £599,500.
Right.
Wow. So I have used everything, but left you £500. You did say 600 for the perfect house, and if it's not perfect, then don't go.
It is perfect. It is perfect. Yeah.
This beautifully renovated Grade 2 listed end of terrace cottage boasts a characterful living room, a modern kitchen diner and 3 bedrooms. On a beautifully manicured plot in a popular Berkshire village, it's on the market for £599,500.
It's picture perfect. It's very homely, very calming, very warm. And then you go into the back, into the amazing, as she calls it, party space. Yeah, it's just Mo. Perfect for her in every way.
If I could have designed a house, for me, this would be it. And I can't believe you found something that actually makes me smile so much. It wraps me with love and kindness, so that's all I really want from a property.
A new home for Mo in the country is within reach, and with it will come a new lifestyle more connected with nature. Someone who helps rural communities look after their local wildlife is conservation biologist Dr. Matt Stevens of the Hawke Conservancy Trust. He delivers various programmes to protect the birds of prey here, and I've come to this farm in Hampshire to meet him.
Matt, hello.
Hi, Sonali.
How are you?
I'm very well, thanks.
Matt works on the Trust's Raptor Nest Box project, which monitors populations, movements and the overall health of the UK's nesting birds of prey.
For this project, we have lots of nest boxes, around about 1,300 across the south of England, that we visit 3 or 4 times through the year to see how the birds are getting on, how many young they have, how successful they are, how many they produce, and how that affects the population over a longer term. What we try and do is engage landowners on a larger scale and get them to make changes across their farms and across their parcels of land that improve the lot for small mammals, the things that the raptors that we specifically work on feed on.
Why is it so important?
When you think of the loss of biodiversity across the UK, it's important to keep these things going, keep these species and these groups of species going, because ultimately that will have an effect on us. It's fine to say, great, I like barn owls, but there's a whole series of steps in keeping that barn owl family going. They have to have the habitat for the short-tailed voles that they feed on to use. So that needs rough grassland. Then you get the populations of rodents that barn owls feed on, and then the barn owls do okay. If the food's there and if the habitat's there, they've got a much better chance.
The owner of this farm is a big supporter of the Trust's work. This particular barn houses a nest box that's home to a pair of breeding barn owls who recently had babies. Matt's job today is to weigh and tag the 2 new arrivals.
Aha.
And I'm going to help.
Feel the warmth from the bird.
Soft cotton bags made by a group of volunteers are used to weigh the owlets.
Let me write this down for you.
Okay.
You've only got 2 hands, haven't you?
Who Matt assures me are quite comfortable in there.
He or she, do we know if it's a male or a female?
Well, yes. So if you have a look here, this one is a female. You can see it's a female because she's got this nice spotting on her feathers here. These are the underwing coverts. On a male, these would all be nice and bright white. They'll have no spots whatsoever.
The owl looks so peaceful, not really waking up from her slumber.
No, it's best to do this during the morning because their parents have been out hunting all through the night and bringing food back, and these will have been eating all night, so they're quite full, they're very relaxed.
The next task is to tag the bird.
I'll tell you now, this will make a crunching noise.
Oh yeah, no, I trust you.
But it's the metal of the ring against the metal of the pliers.
Doing?
It's not down to the bird's leg or anything like that, so please don't worry. So.
The unique code on this tag is entered into a central database. This means the bird can be monitored wherever it ends up in the country.
And it has no impact on them whatsoever. It doesn't affect how they do things, and they don't really notice it.
Birds should only be handled by skilled professionals like Matt, since they suffer from shock easily, and the stress of being handled can result in death.
Right, so we determine the age by measuring the length of growth of a particular feather. So I measure the 4th primary in. So the primaries being the long wing feathers here. It is, if you can write down, 38 plus 117. So it's about 7 weeks old.
Okay.
So it's only got a couple more weeks to go before it's out and about.
Ah.
It transpires that this owlet's sibling is also a female, so we have a pair of sisters. Perhaps we could call them Mo and Sandra, although Matt tells me he never names the birds.
What can we at home be doing to help birds?
Not cut down all of that bit of rough grassland, or not cut their hedges back too much at certain times of the year. Wait until all of the berries have been taken by birds during the winter. Those patches of rough grassland which harbour so many small mammals and so many invertebrates and so many other things that they provide a huge food source for lots of our native wildlife. And that's just a tiny thing that all of us can do, and it has such a huge impact on lots of different species.
That's amazing. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, yeah.
By simply giving the nature in your back garden the space to do its thing, you'll be doing your bit to conserve the nation's most threatened and endangered species.
We know Mo loves the Mystery House, but is she going to go for it? Because those are two very different things. All smiles, I see.
It's a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. Today's provided me with a big smile on my face from the moment we walked up to that property.
So pleased to hear it. What are we doing next?
I've got a plan. My plan is I've executed stage 1.
Crikey.
Which is phoning my estate agent and getting my ducks in a row. Stage 2 will be going back to the Mystery House because I loved it, contacting the guy who's selling it, and then stage 3 will be an offer of some description, providing 1 and 2 fall into place.
It's a good plan, 3-step plan.
It's a good plan, yeah.
She's very focused now, isn't
I was
she?
worried when it started with an execution.
So it didn't go that badly, did it?
I mean, I'm sure after yesterday you thought you'd probably never ever please me with whatever you showed me.
I thought yesterday, and I hope you agree, was very useful.
It was extremely useful.
I'm very relieved that today happened, though.
I mean, how can anybody not like that house? It's beyond me. Unless you want something that, you know, is a project, you can't walk in there and not like it, can you?
Well, that's the thing. It's only if someone wanted more to do, maybe.
Yeah.
Or were afraid of a thatched. And luckily, you were neither of those things. It's been an absolute pleasure, honestly. I'm so glad that we've found somewhere.
Yes.
Yeah.
So am I. I was struggling yesterday with the whole concept, but today you've blown me away, and thank you very much.
Let me know as soon as something happens.
Yes, we'll do.
On any step of the plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then I'll be round with bells on. Cheers.
Cheers.
To Mo's new home.
Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
This all started with Mo wanting to shake up her life and needing our help to find the right property in the right location so she could do just that. And on that journey to finding the perfect home, we were all reminded that sometimes you don't know exactly what you want until it's immediately in front of you, and then bam. How wonderful that our Mystery House and Berkshire worked its magic. And if it all works out, well, it'll be bringing two very close sisters geographically close once again. We wish them the very best of luck, and I'll see you next time. Mo is hopeful that she'll soon have a sale on her home in Kent, so she can make an offer on the wonderful Mystery House. We are keeping everything crossed that the stars will align, and she'll be living her best life in Berkshire very, very soon. If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.